Okay, so it is November 12th, and I've been at this for just about a year now. Actually, I lost 6 months waiting for the fuel tanks to get in. But in reality, I spent maybe a month doing these forward frames, and I did all the deck beams up on top. So it probably wasn't a full year that I lost, but a good 5 months. So this is more or less a year's worth of work minus maybe 5 months. Now that I've got all the frames in place, I think what I'm doing now is I'm going along and I'm putting these temporary braces to hold the frames in the proper positions. I'm not quite exactly sure how to do this. You can't measure. I mean, the frames are 24 inches on center, but as you start getting some curvature in the hull here, you can't measure 24 inches because this angle starts to get a little bit wider. You can do that inside here, of course. You can do 24 inches, but that's pretty easy. So what I've been doing is I've been using a carpenter square, a tri-square here, on the keel and getting the floor timber perfectly square, perfectly as you can get it. And once that's done, rather than trying to measure these distances as they go up there, what I've been doing is putting a level on the frames. So if I've got them square down here and I get these level, because there's obviously always a little bit of twists and whatnot in the boards, and the lumber is an imperfect thing. So that's what I've been doing. I'm running a level up there and then putting these outside braces through. Once I get everything in alignment the way I like it, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to put probably some 2x4s the inside surface of the frames to hold it in position, because obviously as I start framing up here or blanking up here, I'm going to need to have this outside surface available. And I still need to trim all these to the proper angle, which isn't too bad in the middle of the boat. It's a bit more work up here where there's more curve to the boat, and of course in the stern too. I got most of the stern done already. The middle of the boat's not going to need a whole lot of that, so it shouldn't be too bad. Looking at how my chine, the outside of my chine, how it falls on here, it all looks pretty good. I'm sure it's going to take a little bit of tweaking here and there, but got a couple of chine notches in here. Put my chine in, I suppose I can do that with this temporary bracing still on the outside, but I will put some on the inside. I think the next thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to put some temporary sole supports. So I got a walk on inside here. I think I've got enough scrap plywood laying around that I can more or less get the inside here fairly well covered. It's not real sturdy. It'll be better than having nothing there. And yeah, it's windy out there. You can probably hear the wind howling out the way. We had 35 to 50 mile an hour gusts here in the last 24 hours. Tonight it's supposed to subside, hopefully. But it's kind of our first blast. You have to deal with it. And you know, I'm going to have a little more room under the sole than what I actually expected. I've got one. It was part of the pattern that I used to create the camber on the deck beams. And I've got the waist piece, which is actually about 6 inches minimum, and it goes out to 10 inches. So I tacked one of those up there. Actually, two of them. I did one back in the stern, and then I put one up there, if you can see that one. So that gives me kind of a representation of what the elevation or the ceiling is going to be like in the boat. And how much headroom I'm going to have is going to be determined by where I put my sole supports. These here were the temporary braces when I built the frames, but I might just move these, level them, you know, to create a level surface here so that I can put put a temporary sole in. But as you can see, they're pretty close to where they'll be, I suppose. I actually think these are going to be up just a little bit higher. They'll probably be more up to here. So it'll give me even another couple inches. So that's going to be a lot of room, you know, in here for either storage or tankage or a little both, I suppose. I'm expecting to put the batteries somewhere up here, closer to the engine room. I want to put a bow thruster in, so with the batteries up here, and I don't know if I can get by with some 4/0 cable running up to a bow thruster. That's still a pretty long run, but anyway, the batteries kind of more up here where you need them, above the pilot house and closer to the engine room. And if you can see in here, this is a little tight, but there's actually pretty good room between the engine and the sides here, and I should have pretty good headroom in the engine room too. I don't quite know where I'm going to mount everything. I would guess a lot of it's going to have to be on that far wall back there. You know, fuel filters and that sort of stuff. I really don't think you're supposed to mount things to the tanks themselves, though I don't know why that would hurt. But we'll have to see. I was kind of hoping to put a little workbench in somewhere. I was kind of hoping, you know, a little workbench back in there. But I don't know, I may not. If I don't have room for it, I don't have room for it. I'll probably put a little desk back there in the main cabin, and that'll give me a little room to work on things too, just little odds and ends. I don't expect to be doing real heavy-duty work back there, but I could have something up on the deck too. You know, put a temporary bench up on the deck to work when I have to. But I've got this side all done in terms of lined up and spaced properly and plumb. Now I've got to do the other side. At least the forward end of the boat. Had the stern done quite a while ago. So I'll get that done, but it's looking good. It looks like a big boat now. So anyway, that's my update on the 12th of November 2021.